we are back on Scruff of the Neck. I'm live in the studio right now on Twitch. We've just seen the exceptional bears in trees in their natural habitat on the stage. What majestic movements they were making, truly. But now, for a person that you'd normally see around the northwestern area, you might be slayed and taken down by his 80s loaded grooves. It's Rory Wynne.
Hello.
How you doing, mate?
I'm good, man. How are you?
So I like to talk to everyone, really. Slightly behind a fern and sounding like an old man from the BBC.
Like Zach Galifianakis.
Galifianakis, yeah, between two ferns. Except I was behind a
You're
fern.
behind that's a new show.
Oh, it's a new exactly. We'll rip it off. We'll take anything here at
Yeah.
Scruff for the Neck.
Why not?
But mate, thank you so much for joining us. We've already been over this, but it's not exactly hard for you to get here. You live
No,
down road.
I live 2 streets away, so
Yeah, you recently
shortest
moved,
commute. Yeah.
didn't you? And you shot a whole music video around here for your new song.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I've always done gigs in Manchester. Like, there's not really any venues in Stockport, so Manchester's always been like the home base. But now I've just moved to Northern Quarter, and yeah, I wanted to shoot the video around Northern Quarter because that's where I feel like most comfortable. That's where I felt the songs.
So that was for Make
That's
You
where
Mine.
it looked like. Yeah.
Yeah, and I felt that was like a real, like 80s sort of groove to it, as I would describe. That's how you slay your prey with those 80s laden grooves. Is that
grooves.
something that's recently come into your music? The sort of the more 80s vibe.
Yeah, I think so. I like that song's like actually quite old, but
It's fresh for me, man.
fresh for you. No, but at the time I was into Michael Jackson, so there's quite a lot of like the cowbells, the bottles. It's actually Jack Daniel's bottles.
Is it?
It is.
Oh, you're so rock and roll, you.
What else? Yeah, and yeah, it's quite 80s, but also like it was more of a coming of age story. And I feel like the video suited that as well because I shot it with Niall Lee, who's a great videographer.
Oh, he's terrific, and he's behind the camera now. So be careful what you say. It's funny that this is how small the world is. The person who's done your music videos shooting you now.
Yeah, I know. It was a shock actually. Cause
You were about to badmouth him. It's like, oh, I've got to be nice, but it's going to really zoom in on my face.
Yeah, but yeah, so coming of age movie. That's how like I briefed the movie, and it came out perfectly.
Yeah, it's lovely. Do check it out on the old YouTube to have a look at that. I don't know where else is it. Is it anywhere else?
Don't think so.
No,
just the
on
YouTube.
On the YouTube, guys.
YouTube.
You might have heard of it. Check it out sometime. I mean, Twitch is better. If you have any questions for Rory at any point, by the way, do make sure you get involved on Twitch. Join in with us. They remind me of David Bellamy. Is that Matt Bellamy's brother? I don't know. Anyone got any questions for Rory? That's what Cam's asking. Rory's outfits hold so much power.
Thank
We've
you.
discussed this on the stairs on the way up. Socially distanced, of course.
Yeah.
The top, where's the top from, mate?
The top is from Top Man.
I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah.
We all saw it coming.
It's like 3 years old, but I love it a lot, so I keep wearing it.
Yeah, I think I've seen a few pictures of you with it. Is that like your go-to gig outfit?
Yeah, usually. I just change the trousers.
Change the trousers.
Depending on like the era, I change the colour of the trousers. Just wear the same top.
So what era are these trousers speaking
These
right
are the
now?
Make You Mine pink era.
Pink ones. I like it, mate. I like it. So you recently moved from Stockport, you said, to the Northern Quarter in Manchester. Has that been a big cultural shift for you?
I thought it would be, and then we got locked down. So.
Oh yeah, of course. You've not experienced
the true
twos and fros of the Northern Quarter in Manchester.
But it's still still just walking around on your daily walk.
Yeah, and there's a lot of artwork knocking about
graffiti,
the Northern Quarter.
like the.
I've got to say this as well. Space Cavant says I miss the red trousers. Was red trousers? What era were the red trousers?
That was the Getting Over You era.
The Getting Over You era. So do those trousers help you get over people?
Yeah, I think so.
They're your confident pants.
Yeah,
I like them,
exactly.
mate. Big time.
They're my power pants.
But do you are you proud to be like a Stockport musician? Because I feel like in the last few years there's been a big spotlight on Stockport coming through.
There's been a lot of Stockport bands, and I think I moved to Manchester because there's so many.
Yeah.
And there's not that much Manchester stuff, and I was like, I'm still in Manchester. Like, it's only down the road.
Yeah.
It's like 5 minutes down the road.
But they're not going to come and say you betrayed us.
They're not going to be like, oh, you've disowned us.
But I actually saw in another interview. It might have been in a Stockport newspaper that you recommended one of the best tourist attractions is
the Hat Museum.
The Hat Museum. So I've managed to find some reviews of the Hat Museum, and I want you to know tell me if these are real reviews or ones I've made up. So, reviews real or not, feel free to join in. Have you got a name for your backing band?
The lads.
The lads. Rory and the lads, yeah. Sponsored by Tenets. I'm more of a bandana type of woman, FML. Is that
True.
real? You think that's real? What are we all
real.
saying in consensus? Do you think that's a real review for a hat museum? Twitchers, do let us know. Join in. They're saying real. And it was real. That was from Steph Burke 2 years ago.
Wow.
What a Burke. A fascinator is not a hat. As Phil Oakley said in 1984, keep feeling fascination.
Phil Oakley.
Is that
I thought
real?
Phil Oakley wrote the review then. I was like,
No, not quite.
no.
But I mean, it's a good reference. Do you think that's a
I
real
think that's
review?
real.
I think
It's
that's
quite a
real as
specific
well.
review.
Yeah, well, I can be quite specific too. Guys, are you going for that as well? You think it's fake? The lads are saying too much detail. What are we saying on this? You've made made that up. You've got too much time, Jack. Yes, I do. Everyone has too much time at the moment. But sadly, that was true. That was from Sue Oakley from 3 years ago on Google Reviews. Check
Phil's
it out.
sister.
Love it, yeah. Do you love a bit of Sue? Love the museum. Love the tour. Shame I couldn't try on any hats. Avoid if you like wearing them.
Fake. I'm gonna go fake.
You think that's fake? Were the lads saying fake? You think it's real? I think a real hat purist wouldn't like the museum. Yeah, I feel like what we're saying on the old Twitch, where the lads, they're on stage, social distancing, love. Oh, sorry, Thomas. Saying fake, Space Covered saying fake. It is fake. Am I that see-through? Perhaps I am. When it comes to hats, I might be easy to see. Kids loved it. Hats off to you.
Fake.
You think that's fake?
No, real.
You're not even real. You think that's real?
carrot.
Lads, what are you saying? You know, more puns the better. You think that's real? I think you like the puns. What are you saying? How long did it take you to grow your locks? We're not talking about that right now, Tomo. We'll talk about this in a bit. So you're saying that's fake. That was real. Yeah, no, that was me. That was me, actually. Unexpectedly interesting.
Real.
What are we saying?
I'm gonna go real.
I'm going to go real. What are you saying, Fern? Yeah, it was real. That was from Richard Pinhorn. What a last name, Pinhorn.
That's a good name.
Oh, it's not
What's Fern's last name?
What's Fern's last name? Fern's last name is
Cotton.
Cotton. Fern Cotton. Yeah. This is about as far as our budget stretches, sadly. This is a body
Fern
double.
Cotton's with us today.
But I do want to know, actually, how long did it take you to grow your locks? Sorry about that, Tomo. What's it? Tomo 671. Was Tomo 67 taken, mate?
Well, we can't get haircuts, Tomo, because hairdressers
true.
are shut. So I think my last haircut was it's probably like November, maybe.
November.
There's your answer.
How short was it in November? Because I think you've had long hair for a while, haven't you?
Yeah, it's always been. I just get like a little bit off.
Just a little bit of a layer.
Tidy.
It's tidy.
That's what I call it.
Oh, it's divine, mate. I like the sideburns too. I've been eyeing them up. Oh,
Trim
really?
them today.
Oh, they frame your face, mate. Lovely
Thank
stuff.
you.
So you managed to, you've started writing music when you were like 11, and that's because of an accident you had. Which makes it sound like your superhero, like
Yeah.
an accident changed his life.
No, I just broke my leg, so I had to sit on the sofa and just watch MTV, and then I just learnt guitar, like copying what they did. And
So
then,
who were you copying when you were like learning that guitar?
the
then?
script.
The script.
Man Who Can't Be Moved was my favourite.
Ironically, neither could you at the
I
time.
couldn't.
It's beautiful poetry.
That is. What else was there? Katie Tunstall, Suddenly I See.
Oh, lovely. It's great on Gavin and Stacey, that song. Oh, it really lights up a room, that song.
Yeah.
That's lovely. So that and are they still inspirations for you now? Because I have to say, mate, I've listened to your music. I didn't go, that Katie'd love that.
Well,
We'll send it her.
subtly, somewhere in there.
It's still in there because
Yeah.
I also heard you say, like, you feel like you write pop music, but it comes out rocky.
Yeah, because I don't think I have like a pop voice. I've always had like this weird distortion. I don't smoke or anything.
You don't smoke?
No,
I thought you were cool, man. Smoking's not cool.
don't smoke, kids.
Don't smoke, kids. Otherwise, you won't get to sound as divine as Rory.
But it's always like a grit to it. And but yeah, so I write like pops. Like one of my biggest songwriting inspirations is Taylor Swift.
Ah.
But they just come out rocky because of my voice, and also I like rocky like performances.
What's your favourite Tay Swifter song?
All Too Well.
Oh, that you didn't even hesitate there. That was like you were prepared for that. Well, this is leads us quite up to a nice little question from Angie is online. Yes, she is. if you could describe your music in 3 words, what would they be?
I go catchy.
Catchy, that's one.
Catchy.
A third of the way there, mate. Don't you worry.
Powerful.
Powerful. I like it. Catchy, powerful.
And catchy, powerful.
You can do it.
Cool.
Cool.
Should we go cool?
Catchy, powerful, cool. I feel like that's ready.
CPC.
I'm going to try and change my Tinder profile to that. See what I reel in. That'll be lovely. So, when you were 11, you're writing these like what? So you're watching these like music videos. I've also heard like you were really into the Killers. They're a big inspiration for you, and you met the Killers.
Yeah, I played with Dave Coonan from the Killers, who
Wow.
wrote Mr. Brightside, which was
It's the anthem for all sort of white men who've got too drunk.
exactly.
Yeah, as one of them, that is my calling card.
That was,
Yeah.
that was one of the craziest moments.
How did that come about? Tell us more.
I just got an email. Like, I got an email from a manager who was like, Dave Coonan's touring the UK. Do you want to support him? And I was like, absolutely.
Absolutely. You didn't go, who's he?
No.
Guy from Killers. Oh, yeah, sure.
And then, we just turned up the venue and he was there in all his glory.
Yeah.
And
Is he bigger than you imagined he was?
It was just as...
What did he smell of? Tell me more. Paint me a
like,
picture with your
victory.
words.
He smelled of victory.
Smell of victory. Oh. Well, he's got that
but
bright side money, hasn't
honestly, he was such a nice guy.
he? Yeah.
We just talked, like, he invited us into his dressing room and we just talked, like, for like an hour. It was lovely.
Did you glean any information on the secret to writing an absolute indie stonker?
He was talking about Trump a lot, to be fair.
Trump, like imagine the person, not the act. Yeah. Keep it mature. Keep it above board with when you meet a killer. You got to do it that way. But you've also toured with like Blossoms.
Yeah.
You toured with Pale Waves. You toured with the Coral. Like, what is touring like? Because like I've never done a tour. Surprisingly, no one takes me with them. Like, is it as fun? Like, it's when you're a kid and you're in a band. That's the dream, to go out on tour, to be like hanging out. Like, does that sort of stuff go on? Is there crazy things happening?
I think like when I did the Blossoms tour, I was only 17.
That's mad.
So I couldn't.
Were you drinking, mate?
I was.
Oh,
But you can't.
we love a bad boy on Twitch. Don't worry, I won't tell.
You can't like. So it was like getting into the after parties was a struggle and stuff like that.
Did you have a fake idea? Was it you just made your voice slightly
No,
deeper?
I
Like, I do like Taylor Swift, but come on.
No, I just tried to like flash my pass
Flash your pass.
numerous times, and he was like, "No, that's not ID," and I was like,
Yeah.
It still
Just
didn't work.
Dingle dangle. Oh, mate, the
But-
first night out when I was 18, and I thought because I was 18 I was invincible. Turns out shoving your ID in a bouncer's face means he will just shove you to the curb.
It don't work.
It don't work. They're angry people, but rightly so. I was being a prick. So what do you have? So I know you've been on these tours. Have you been able to have like rider requests and stuff like that?
No, we were first on every time.
Oh,
I think we had. Oh, actually, I did a gig for Doc Martens, and we had we could request.
just
so I
shoes.
just requested a lot of red wine.
A lot of red wine,
And
nice.
crisps.
And crisp, red wine and crisp.
Yeah.
That's the way to your heart.
Yeah,
Was that what you did?
absolutely.
Was that what you did on Valentine's Day?
Yeah, it actually was.
Was it?
Yeah, red wine and crisps.
I think I saw some pictures because did you do like a little date night with your with your other half?
With my girlfriend, we had like there's a pizzeria just on Great Ancoat Street.
Shout it out, you might get free pizza.
Chow.
Chow. Is it
And they-
decent?
It was lovely.
Oh, it's lovely. Yeah, that chow.
And
Send us one.
Yeah, they made the pizzas into love heart shapes.
Nice. If that isn't romance, I don't know what is.
I know.
Yeah.
And then we had crisps for dessert.
Yeah, crisp for dessert. Did you eat them with a spoon to make it feel more special?
Can you eat crisps with a spoon?
I'll show you how. I'll tell you later. I've got a pack of Quavers downstairs. But if money was no option, what would you have on your rider? If
My
money was
rider?
no option, what's the extremes you go to?
I really love potato and leek soup.
Mm.
So
Potato and leek soup. This is. I'm sorry, mate, but I feel like you're a 40-year-old man trapped in a young man's body.
Probably.
Should we need to get him out?
And and then I'd have.
This is the least rock and roll thing to start a sentence ever. No good rock and roll song has ever mentioned potato and leek soup, but I respect you more for it.
Potato and leek, and then like 5 bottles of Jack Daniels.
5 bottles. There we go. That's the rock and roll counterpart. Apparently, the Brighton after party was spot on. Someone met you there, and I'm guessing they're from Germany because they use the German flag. Or did you bond
Yeah.
over Germany?
I got in there eventually.
Do you remember Adele S. Ulaine?
Yeah,
I'm not
we all
pronouncing
love
that.
Adele.
You remember Adele?
Absolutely.
Remember? Lives in the front. Oh, Adele, you've left an impression. Quite the impression. Keep the questions coming in. The more awkward, the better. We love to hear them. But you're signed now to Blossom's sort of label, aren't you?
Yeah.
So how's it been like working with the boys from your own hometown?
Yeah, it's good. Like, you just have complete freedom to do whatever you want. And then, like, there's no pressure, but also they're dead supportive when you have a song ready. So it's good.
Yeah, and have they helped you craft them in any way in that sense?
They're quite hands off, but in a good way. Like, so you have the platform, but you can do whatever you want.
But you have recorded stuff with like the likes of James Skelly and things like that.
Yeah.
So that must be.
That was like a once in a lifetime. Like, he's such a genius.
He's incredible, isn't he? And he's produced stuff for the likes of Blossoms and
Yeah.
people like that. Like, what did you learn from the likes of Skelly?
Just like what he knows how. Like, if you have a demo, he knows exactly how to make it better.
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't add too much. If anything, he takes away from stuff.
So by restricting you, makes the
Yeah,
creativity
he
just flow.
he goes back to just the song, and that's what makes it good, I think.
Sound. I've been told off about your potato and leek soup thing, by the way. Angie's online saying potato and leek soup is elite.
Told you.
There we go. I think you need more if you're just having that. And Jack Daniels, I worry about you. Worry about your stomach, mate. The other thing is, you've got a Christmas song.
I do.
Yeah.
It's old.
It's quite a braggy title. Can you tell us the title, mate?
It's a shame all Christmas songs are cheesy. Writing one's quite easy.
Yeah. It's a 2-minute bop, I have to say, and I do enjoy it. I like the little the lyric that I'm not old enough for a pint of beer, I'll have a Coke.
Yeah.
Very relatable. Very respectable. We all know that was a lie. But do you know what? Like, it's quite clever to write a Christmas song. Have a punt at a few of them because you can live off them, can't you?
You can.
Yeah.
I think everyone should try one once a year.
Yeah, definitely.
Only one of them has to stick.
Are you going to try another one this year, you reckon?
Probably, yeah.
Oh, yes. You heard it here first. If you don't, I'm coming at you. I'm like poisoning your potato leek soup.
Oh, no.
But I was thinking, do you know how much like people actually earn from these songs per year?
Christmas songs?
Yeah.
A ridiculous
It's a fair
amount.
few, yeah. Well, we're going to test this. We're going to do a game of higher or lower, or higher or hoer, as I like to call it. With thank you very much, everyone. Thank you very much. Yeah, I do write all this myself with some Christmas songs. So, are you ready for this? Everyone join in on Twitch. It's just a simple game of higher or lower based on earnings I got from Independent Online for 2019. It might be slightly out of date, but forgive me. So here we go. The first Christmas song. We're going with Stop the Cavalry, Jonah Louie. Great song.
Yep.
Opinion?
Great song.
Great song. Lads, Jonah Louie, is it up there for you? Yeah. Lovely. Is that going to be higher or lower earning per year than 2,000 Miles, The Pretenders?
Lower.
So got lower from Rory, higher from the band. What are we saying on Twitch? I mean, both are astounding songs. I like the Katie Tunstall version of 2,000 Miles myself.
I think.
You reckon?
Is Jonah Louie dead?
It's Jonah. I don't know. Jonah,
don't
if
think
you're
you
on
were-
Twitch right now, do let us know. So we've got two for higher. And what did you go for again?
I said
So you think so? Which one do you think earns higher, Jonah Louie or The Pretenders?
The Pretenders.
I think The Pretenders. You are incorrect, I'm afraid. Jonah
no.
Louie is apparently 120,000 a year, whereas The Pretenders 102,000. Wee. So next one, 2,000 Miles. The Pretenders. Is that going to be higher or lower than All I Want for Christmas Is You? Mariah Carey, the Mariah.
I'm gonna say lower.
Going to say lower. Lads in the band. You get, yeah. I mean, she did a Walker's ad, didn't she, for that? And she barely ate a crisp. Like that woman, they put the one person that doesn't know how to eat a crisp. This man knows how to eat a crisp. Walker's.
With a spoon.
Yeah, with a spoon. With a golden spoon in his mouth. You can do that. So you're all going for lower. What we're saying on Twitch, so much lower. CC Lovely. And M Bantam, lower as well. No one's gone for higher. You're, of course, correct. The Pretenders is lower than Mariah Carey. Mariah Carey had £400,000 per year for one song, mate. We all need to write Christmas songs and go to Barbados. Wonderful Christmas time. Paul McCartney. Is it going to be higher or lower than Mariah Carey?
Lower.
Lower instantaneously. The band, you're going for lower? But what's the opinion? You're going for higher? Oh, so it's a question, but what is your opinion? Which is the better song in your eyes?
Mariah.
You reckon Mariah?
I reckon. Yeah.
I wouldn't have gone for that, lads. Wonderful Christmas time, and you've gone for higher, so you're clearly downloading it a few times a year. What we're saying on the old Twitch at higher is Cheeseball78. I've missed you, Cheeseball. Brian's promotion says lower. Charlie Drums has gone for lower. It is, of course, lower, I'm afraid. It was Hoa. I forgot that whole dynamic as well. 260,000 compared to Mariah's 400,000. Okay, the next one. Merry Christmas, everybody. Slade, is it Christmas? Until Noddy Holden has shouted, it's Christmas! I don't think so. Is that going to be higher or lower than Mr. McCartney?
Higher.
You go higher. And do you think it's which do you prefer out of the two?
I prefer Noddy.
You prefer a bit of Noddy? I've met him once, you know. Oh,
So did my
his
mum.
hair is as voluminous as
Is
you
it?
hoped it'd be. Yeah, it's lovely. I feel like if you shout more, your hair stays higher. Yeah, I loved it. So you've gone for, you think that it's going to be a higher earner than Merry Christmas, everybody? No, then Wonderful Christmas Time. And so is everyone else is going for Slade as well. I'm not splitting opinions here. You are, of course, correct. Slade is a higher earner. £1 million, apparently, in 2019
More
he
than
got for
Mariah.
that. That is paying for his heating bill and a lovely extension. Finally, Fairy Tale of New York, the Pogues and Kirsty MacColl. Is that going to be higher or lower than Wonderful Merry Christmas, Everybody by Slade?
It's got to be higher.
You going for higher? Higher over in the barracks behind the cameras? What are you saying over on Twitch? Do let us know. What's everyone's... Every dad has the same fact, don't they, about Kirsty MacColl? Do you know the fact?
I do.
How did she die, though? Killed by a speedboat. Yet another victim of Bullseye. So, Fairy Tale of New York, what we're saying, higher or lower? Are you going for
Higher.
higher, lads? Oh, confusion. We're not accepting that. Higher. You're all going for higher. What are we saying on the Twitch? Oh, yes, it's all going for higher and higher. No.
What?
I'm afraid it is 400,000 according to the Independent where I got this from. So the biggest earner is Slade. Who would blooming believe that? Well, do you know what? I feel like I'm ready for some mulled wine. That was delightful. So how are you coping in these strange times? Has it been active for you? Have you been writing? What's been going on?
It's been hard to write because nothing's happening.
Yeah. Been like, what have you been up to? I went for a walk again.
I went for a walk.
Like yesterday.
My daily walk.
Yeah, it's writing itself, to be fair.
Should I do that?
Yeah. Do you think there can be a lockdown banger? Do you think we'll want to listen to someone talking about being stuck inside?
I think it'd have to be really, really catchy.
Yeah. Are you up for the
Should I
challenge?
try it?
Yeah, mate. If you could write a serious lockdown banger, get it on TikTok. That's the way to do
Yeah,
it. We've
yeah.
learned that from Bears in Trees. It's the
I feel
way.
like people would relate to it, but after like 3 months, people would be like, "This is actually my life.
Yeah.
I'm sick of this."
I'm sick of this, but then it's stuck in their head, and they're haunted by their own thoughts. Make sure you
Exactly.
keep getting bored in the house. We're getting lyrics. I'm
this for the
bored in
song?
this house. That was on TikTok. That was big. Bears in Trees, so true to Bears in Trees. But make sure you keep your questions coming in on the old Twitch because we love to hear from you. You're the extra pair of hands when it comes to this interview, and you're doing a great job. I respect you. You've played as well. You played Castlefield Bowl.
Yeah,
We've
that
got to
was
talk about that. That's
one
like one of my favourite venues.
That was one of the best days.
Who was that with?
That was with Blossoms.
That was with Blossoms.
And the Coral as well.
Oh, there we go. So he's like, help me write a song and let me play with it. There we go. That's lovely, that is.
Yeah.
So was it... Because that venue is incredible. I've been there when it's been absolutely sloshing it down and when it's absolutely
It was
roasting.
a glorious day.
That's what you want, man.
And it was full, but we were second on, I think, and it was already full, and it was just amazing. There was a mosh pit, my first and last mosh pit.
Your first... Would you want to encourage more mosh pits?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think everyone's up for touching each other these days because we've learned it's not that great not touching each other, is it?
No, it's not.
Look at us. We're longing to
so
touch
far
each other.
away.
I can feel the tension right now, but we're going to have to ignore it. I'll take it all out on Fern.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was... Oh, we had someone who was at the gig. Adele was at the gig and loved it.
She loved it.
Oh, there we go. Castlefield Bowl. But you also did a residency at Jimmy's, which I've never heard of, like a UK artist doing like a residency. I thought that was just for share.
Yeah, it was just like... it was weird because... Good answer, Rory.
It's all right, mate. The socks can do the talking. Don't you worry.
They just got caught on my leggings.
And we can't have that leggings.
To keep me warm. I will.
Oh, whoa, we're revealing this. Get your leggings out, lad. Something for the nans. Yes,
Because
please.
it's quite cold outside.
Yeah, to be fair, it is. Wrap up when you're doing your daily walk. That's what Rory says.
That's the first two. No, so yeah, we thought just doing one headline gig is sound, but
Yeah.
if you do we did 4 over the space of 2 months,
Yeah.
and we did a different set each time. We had different bands on. It was really it was really good.
And so were you part of orchestrating that?
Yeah. So I chose all the bands that played. I chose the set, and yeah, it was really nice because we had different bands from all over Manchester, and yeah, it was really.
If you were to do that again, what is there any bands you want to add to it now? Let's say you're doing it next week. Who would you choose?
I'm really into Abbey Ozard at the minute.
Brilliant! Yeah.
I'm trying to think. Fever, they're really good.
Any big bands you'd love to get on that set that even let's be honest, that might be too big for that set. Is there anyone that you'd love? Take that.
Taylor,
and the Swiftie.
Gary Barlow.
And Gary Barlow. I mean, we're actively talking about this. We want to get a bit of Gary Barlow on this sofa. If we can get Gary Barlow on this sofa, so if anyone on Twitch knows Gary Barlow, just let him know. Just because I really want my mum to watch. I think this will be the final thing to convince her. It's not enough that I'm on it, lads. But yeah, that's incredible that you've done those sort of and were they well sold, so to speak?
They did really well. And
that's amazing.
Yeah, it was great.
Is Jimmy still open now?
No, it's shut down. They're opening a new one though. In Ancoats.
Let's get you down there, mate. Let's get you down there straight away. Is there any sort of venue that you haven't played that you'd love to play?
The Ritz is one of the only Manchester ones I've not done yet, and that's one of my favourites.
It's got a lovely carpeted floor that's very sticky.
It bounces.
If you like, it does bounce. That's everyone's favourite fact, isn't it? Well, mate, you're about to make this whole floor bounce all on your own because we've got an absolutely astounding set coming from you. I'm very excited to hear it, mate.
Yep.
So let me usher you off.
I'll go.
Clear out, get your leggings sorted. And let's enjoy that. Thank you so much to Rory Wynne there. Make sure you stick around to hear the fantastic tunes he's about to play for you. I know what you want to do. You want to go make a cup of tea? Don't. Stay dehydrated. Watch all the set. I'll see you in a minute.